synagogue every year. Not too many fascists, that enter synagogue.
Anytime he talks to women and children and minorities, terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible.
Why is it important for you to be here today?
Human rights, for kindness, and I think it's just love.
Well, it's equality in general, I think, It's something that shouldn't be, or something that we shouldn't have to fight for in this day and age, but yet it is. And I think that's really important, is to accept people for who they are and who they want to be, because they can't change that, right? So,
my daughter.
yeah.
It's good to have the opposite message always present whenever there's there's a rally going on, and that's all we are. And we haven't even really given the guy a chance yet to even do anything. I don't think he's going to be the big villain everybody's claiming.
I think just women's rights and human rights and being treated equally and showing solidarity.
How do you feel about her being out here?
I am so proud of her. Yeah, I'm really proud of her. She has been talking so much lately about politics in the States and really paying attention to everything that's going on through social media and the news networks. And she right from the get-go, when she heard about these protests, she's been talking about wanting to go. And so, it's amazing to be here and share in this moment in history with her.
I'm coming from this from a perspective of a person who's a dual citizen, U.S. and Canadian, and so I'm impacted by the election of Donald Trump and the creation of a majority Republican Senate as an American, but also as a Canadian and a citizen of the world. And I thought it was important to lend my voice to not only to oppose the presidency of Donald Trump, but also to support women in Canada and the U.S. around the world who are being negatively impacted by his promises.
Just like my sign says, that since transitioning from female to male, the way that I've experienced the world as male is very different from when I was living as female, and I think that needs to be more equitable between how people treat men and women.
It says, "Make America Great Again" in Cyrillic Russian.
More people out here than you thought were going to be here?
A little bit. Well, you got to figure how many people voted for Trudeau and how many people voted for Notley. You can't fix stupid sometimes. They en masse,
How are you being treated out here today?
By and large, I'd say pretty good.
Yeah.
People have had a few comments. A lot of people want their pictures taken like it's a Halloween costume or something, But we take this pretty seriously.
Do you feel that you met anyone who actually wanted to sit down and have a civilized conversation with you? Or
not so far, but that's okay. We're pretty two diametrically opposed. It'll help you when you're 30 and there's jobs in Alberta, so you don't have to be on welfare. And that's the thing, right? These young girls stick out their tongues, but they want a job one day. Notley's not going to give them a job. Notley's going to give them a welfare check.
For all the power in the world for these marches, people should. I'll defend their right to march, but all the things they're ranting about are already guaranteed to them by the law. There's no one seems to be marching for guys who are out of work. Yeah. Tax dollars pay a lot of university courses. So
I haven't seen too many women for Trump.
No.
Why are you a woman for Trump?
Because I believe in his policies, and not just what the news tells me.
How do women treat you here as a woman for Trump? They think you're a sellout?
Yeah, apparently.
And what do you say to that?
I say I can have my own opinion. Thanks for trying to stifle my voice when you're here about, everyone having an equal voice. Because actually we were standing there and this group of girls stood in front of us holding their signs blocking us. Because, free speech and stuff, which is what they're fighting for, but not mine. Because I have a different opinion than them.
What brought you out here today?
I'm actually from the States. I've been living here for about 3 years and Mexican, and queer. And with everything that's going on in the States, it made me feel like I'm missing out being back at home to try to be marching and doing all of them. But then I found out that Calgary is doing a little solidarity march as the rest of the world is. So I decided to just pop out and say what's up.
After hearing about the U.S. election and how much change you can make, or how much your voice really is important early on. I think we need to start to make a difference right now where we're living. We can't be complacent that we're Canada and we're accepting. We still need to make our voices be heard.
We have to make a commitment to continue to come to events, to vote, to enforce the policy of our governments and make sure that we are heard. We cannot fail. We cannot fail for our daughters, for our grandchildren. I have a granddaughter.
Trump has said a lot of stuff during his campaign. After the elections, I thought that, okay, this was just campaign rhetoric. But then in his top cabinet, he has appointed 13 men and 2 women, while Canadian government has more than 50% women. All the talk that he said, it really implies to me that he actually means it. And I think there are a lot of women's rights that are on question. And he's not just a businessman anymore. He's the president of one of the most powerful countries in the world. And whatever he says does carry weight. And it's a message to all the leaders across the world that we're not here to take your mind my friend shit. And we will stand up for what is right and what we've achieved so far.